RHONJ's Teresa Giudice gives Lala canned advice on attracting a guy. Vanderpump Rules has been a big topic over the past few days after news broke that the series is getting a full reboot. Another show possibly heading down that road is The Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're waiting with bated breath for an update on that. Meanwhile, Teresa recently had Lala on her podcast Giudice, and the duo had much to discuss during the episode. Lala has been single since she split from her ex-fiancé, Randall Emmett, the father of her first child, Ocean. However, the 34-year-old might be single longer if she listens to Teresa. The OG gave some tried-and-true advice on attracting her person, noting that she did the same and found her now husband, Luis Ruelas. Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice advises Lala Kent about attracting a guy. Lala joined Teresa on the latest episode of her podcast, Turning the Tables, and the duo had a lot to talk about. Lala revealed that she's currently single and focused on being a mom to her girls, noting that she doesn't need a man. "Take your time, love will come when it's ready," Teresa told the Vanderpump Rules star, adding that when it's time for Mr. Right to find her, he will. In the meantime, the mom of four told Lala to enjoy the time with her kids and be content with that. "When you're content with yourself, you exude that, and you're going to attract your person," said Teresa. "You're gonna exude that. Your guy is going to find you." That's how Teresa attracted Luis when she was single with 4 girls. "When I met Luis, I was very confident of who I was, doing it all on my own," shared the 52-year-old, who then told Lala that the same thing would happen to her. Here's what Lala said about Vanderpump Rules. If you're wondering what Lala said about Vanderpump Rules, get ready to be disappointed. She touched on the show but not about the series getting rebooted with a whole new cast. The podcast episode might have been taped before that news broke. She did talk about another surprising revelation, the closure of Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz's restaurant, Schwartz and Sandy's. Lala, who's close friends with Schwartz, knew what was happening before it was shared publicly, and she thinks the fallout from Scandoval led to the restaurant's demise. "It's just really sad to me because I think it really had a lot of potential, but that entire scandal changed people's lives," reasoned the Bravo star. "It's sad that he had to deal with the repercussions of someone else's actions." It was a sunny afternoon in Los Angeles, and Lala Kent was lounging on the terrace of a chic Beverly Hills hotel, sipping a matcha latte and scrolling through her phone. Her social media feed was a mix of glam selfies, inspirational quotes, and the occasional cryptic message aimed at her ex. But today, she wasn't seeking validation from her followers. She was here for wisdom, from none other than Teresa Giudice, the queen of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa arrived fashionably late, her presence commanding the space as she strutted in wearing a tailored white jumpsuit paired with her signature voluminous curls. With a big smile, she embraced Lala like an old friend. "Lala, honey, you look gorgeous," Teresa exclaimed, her New Jersey accent adding flair to every word. "Thanks, Teresa." "You, too," Lala replied, her voice tinged with excitement and a hint of nervousness. She had admired Teresa's unapologetic confidence and resilience for years. If anyone knew how to navigate the complex world of men and dating, it was Teresa. The two women settled into their plush chairs, a breeze carrying the faint scent of jasmine. Lala leaned forward, her face earnest. "I feel like I keep attracting the wrong guys. Like, they seem great at first, but then it's all red flags. How do you do it? How do you find someone who's actually worth it?" Teresa chuckled, her diamond-studded bracelet catching the sunlight. "Oh, sweetheart, let me tell you. It's all about energy. What you put out is what you get back. And trust me, I've learned this the hard way." Lala nodded eagerly. "Okay, so how do I put out the right energy? Because, girl, I feel like mine's all over the place." Teresa took a sip of her sparkling water, her gaze thoughtful. "First of all, you gotta love yourself. Like, really love yourself. If you don't think you're the prize, why should anyone else? When I met Luis, I was in a good place. I wasn't desperate, you know? I knew what I wanted and what I deserved. Lala tilted her head. But how do you know what you deserve? Sometimes, I feel like I settle without even realizing it. Teresa reached over and squeezed Lala's hand. You've gotta make a list, babe. Write down everything you want in a guy. And I'm not just talking about the basics like tall, dark, and handsome. What kind of values does he have? How does he treat his mom? Does he respect your career? That kind of stuff. Lala pulled out her phone, opening the Notes app. Okay, list of non-negotiables. Got it. But what about when you're already talking to someone and they start showing signs they're not it? Like, how do you walk away without getting stuck in the drama? Teresa laughed, a rich sound that carried across the terrace. Oh, honey, you gotta be like, namaste and walk away. Seriously, if a guy's giving you bad vibes, don't waste your time. You're a catch, and your time is precious. Lala's eyes sparkled with newfound determination. Namaste and walk away. I like that. But, Teresa, let's be real, dating these days is a mess. Between dating apps and social media, it feels like a circus. How do you stand out? Teresa leaned back, her perfectly manicured nails tapping against her glass. You don't chase. Ever. If a guy's interested, he'll make it clear. And if he's not, move on. But also, don't be afraid to let him see the real you. When Luis and I started dating, I didn't pretend to be anyone else. I was Teresa, quirks, opinions, everything. Lala chuckled. So, no playing it cool? Exactly, Teresa said firmly. Be authentic. Guys can tell when you're faking it, and if they can't handle the real you, they're not your guy. Plus, confidence is everything. When you know you're amazing, you don't need to prove it. They'll see it. The conversation shifted to Teresa's infamous table-flipping moment, with Lala admitting it was her favorite Real Housewives of New Jersey scene. They both laughed, bonding over their shared love of fiery comebacks and no-nonsense attitudes. But seriously, Lala said, wiping away tears of laughter, how do you keep your cool in real life? Like, when someone's trying to gaslight you. Teresa gave her a knowing look. You stay grounded, babe. Know your truth. People will try to twist things, but as long as you're solid in who you are, they can't shake you. And remember, it's not about them, it's about how you handle yourself. Lala nodded, taking mental notes. Okay, last question. How do you know when a guy's the one? Like, for real? Teresa's face softened, her eyes gleaming with emotion. When it feels easy. Not perfect, but easy. With Luis, I never felt like I had to fight for his attention or prove my worth. He made me feel safe, loved, and appreciated from day one. That's how you know, Lala. It's not about fireworks every second, it's about peace.